And we start with breaking news this morning. Over 4,000 employees in the Portland area have just walked off the job.
Talking about Fred Meyer employees, Ashley Grahams joins us from the Hollywood Fred Meyer there in Northeast Portland. So Ashley, are you already seeing people on the picket line there?
Yeah, well, some of the employees here at the Hollywood Fred Meyer already on strike this morning. This group fairly small, but people continuing to trickle in here in just the last few minutes. This is the first we're seeing of these signs, these workers getting ready to join the picket line here. That includes grocery and meat department workers from 28 Fred Meyer stores in Portland, Gresham, and Scappoose. Now, you're probably wondering, are these stores going to be closed? Maybe it's a Fred Meyer that's closest to you that you always shop at. Maybe you have a prescription to pick up at a pharmacy. Fred Meyer says no, they will remain open, but the union is hoping that you'll take your business somewhere else. This is UFCW Local 555. They're protesting what they're calling unfair labor practices, failure to live up to current contract commitments, and failure to be cooperative during negotiations on a new one. They also say retirement and wages are two major sticking points.
Well, separate from the unfair labor practices themselves, we are negotiating for all of our members to have a fantastic living wage, which they deserve up and down the West Coast. If they can afford to pay our workers in Tacoma, Washington, a living wage, they can do that in Portland, they can do it in Coos Bay, they can do it in Salem.
Well, this is actually the first we've seen of these employees with signs heading to the front doors of this Fred Meyer in the Hollywood district. Can't quite see what it says on the signs just yet, but we do know they are protesting contract negotiations, one that they say are unfair. These workers expecting to be out here all the way until next Tuesday unless the union and the grocer reach a deal. Now, Fred Meyer did say they respect this union's right to bargain, and they will come to the table and negotiate in good faith. We'll continue to update you this morning whether we see more workers come out here to the Fred Meyer in the Hollywood district. Again, this store is still open, though it's grocery and meat workers that are striking today. Drew, China.
Ashley, thank you for that big story for sure. That is really just taking shape here as we kick off the 6 o'clock hour. Rob, what do you have for us weather-wise this morning?
Just a perfect day. I don't think anybody would disagree with that when we look back on how lovely it's going to be. We have clear skies over Mount Hood. Temperatures have been in the 30s up there this morning. And there's Mount Hood from the Wells Fargo Tower in the center of your screen there. 54 degrees out at the airport, but a lot of you are in the 40s this morning, and it is one of the cooler starts we have had overall. Sunny skies, light winds, 68 degrees at noon. I have Portland side getting up to 82 this afternoon. Here's Chris.
That looks awesome. All right, let's get you to Northeast Portland. I do have one trouble spot. ODOT reporting a crash on Northeast Lombard right now. This is near 8th Avenue. Eastbound Lombard closed right now at 8th. And so basically traffic is alternating through the westbound lane, and that's going to create some local slowing there. So be on the lookout for that. Freeway drive over the Interstate Bridge. I-5 southbound still looks good. Interstate 84, the Banfield getting a little busier near the I-5 interchange. But so far, guys, the freeway drive is in relatively good shape.
Chris, I'm going to take the baton of your traffic report and keep on rolling with it here because TriMet has some news today, officially launching its new Max Red Line extension, and Sunrise photographer Eric Patterson is getting into the spirit of this extension by riding the Max this morning. So the bottom line is, with this extension, riders can now go all the way from PDX to Hillsborough. One stop, well, many stops along the way, but one trip will get you all the way from PDX out to Hillsborough. I think it was around the Washington County Fairgrounds is where Eric hopped on this morning. He's on his way through downtown right now, on his way to the airport, and we will have more updates as this story develops as well this morning here on the Sunrise Show.
Starting this Sunday, Multnomah County's new deflection program will move some people caught using illegal drugs towards treatment instead of jail. Yesterday, county officials publicly presented the plan for a deflection center on the Center East Side. Now, despite drug possession becoming a misdemeanor on Sunday, the center's opening was pushed back to October. So for the meantime, there will be an option for mobile deflection where outreach workers meet people on the streets as a temporary alternative. But now, Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler is threatening to direct Portland police to arrest people instead of offering mobile deflection if the county does not open the center by the new October deadline.
This is basically a 6-week trial period, if you will. We think mobile deflection, particularly part-time mobile deflection, is not a good long-term solution. And in the absence of a working deflection program, what we will do is we will arrest people and we will book them.
The county says it only has enough staff to offer deflection from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Deschutes County, meanwhile, in Central Oregon, says its deflection plan is ready to go and that local law enforcement will be the first point of contact when it comes to providing treatment resources for people who are caught with drugs. The district attorney says the problem with Measure 110 as a whole is that it didn't offer incentives, nor did it threaten consequences to move people towards treatment.
Health officials in Clark County are raising concerns about whooping cough as students head back to the school this week. It's considered a serious respiratory illness that spreads easily between people when someone who is infected breathes, coughs, or sneezes. 229 cases have been reported in Clark County already this year, most of them reported since the beginning of June. 229 is more than the total number of cases over the last 5 years combined. Nearly 2/3 of those cases are people who were never vaccinated.
My big worry is that we're seeing these numbers right now. What happens when school starts? And we've got, there's some schools that have very low vaccination rates. We're likely to see more. And of course, this can be a deadly disease.
Symptoms are initially similar to a common cold, but after a week or two, people can develop a violent cough that leaves them gasping for air. Without treatment, including antibiotics, people can stay contagious for up to 3 weeks. This Saturday is International Overdose Awareness Day. Ahead of that, experts from OHSU were getting the word out at the farmers market on the South Waterfront yesterday. They were teaching and training people about how to use naloxone, which can quickly reverse the effects of an opioid overdose. According to the Oregon Health Authority, 3 people die from an unintentional overdose every day in Oregon. In nearly half of those cases, a bystander could have intervened with Narcan or naloxone.
All right, a heads up for Duck football fans who are also Comcast and Xfinity subscribers. I don't know why I can't say that fast. Comcast Xfinity subscribers. If you want to watch the Oregon season opener from the comfort of home this Saturday, you're definitely going to need a backup plan. Comcast subscribers say they're getting messages from the cable company that the games on Big Ten Network will be blacked out in West Coast markets. The Oregonian reports it's because of an ongoing dispute between the Big Ten and Comcast, so keep this in mind. Big Ten games on NBC, Fox, and FS1 are not impacted by any of this, but there will still be a big impact this season. A Comcast spokesperson told us they're working with the conference to find a solution so they can offer the Big Ten Network to its customers. Big problem heading into the first big weekend, Rod, of college football.
Means the Big Ten Conference wants this amount of money. Comcast doesn't want to pay that amount of money, and they're trying to come together.
Well, we see this a lot with all the different providers, right, and all the different channels.
It's the new world of watching things, absolutely. Here's the Oregon Veterans, the Oregon Veterans Home Camera of the Dalles. I got it right. This is clear skies out over Wasco County. Not much smoke expected anywhere today, and that continues to be a good news story. With the hot weather starting tomorrow back up into the 90s, we'll be watching wildfire activity and wildfire smoke patterns more carefully. But for now, there's basically no significant smoke being picked up anywhere in Oregon and Washington, and the number of large wildfires burning. We started the month of August with literally about 50 named large storms. There's only There's only about 20 of those large fires burning now. We've literally gone from 50 of them to 20 thanks to the cooler August that we have had and the rain that we've had at times. But here's what we're going to be getting back to. So we'll be watching everything more carefully in the coming days. 93 tomorrow, the record in Portland is 95. 95 Friday, the record is 100. 97 Saturday, the record is 102. It does appear that Sunday has a good chance to hold just under 90 degrees as we'll end that little run of 90-degree heat that begins tomorrow. Rose City camera, beautiful day out there shaping up. Clear skies. Temperatures are in the 40s for many of you. Here they are. 46 in Tiger, 43 up in Battleground. Gresham's at 47. Silverton's at 45, Dallas is at 45, and Salem's right there at 50 degrees. Weather map today shows a mostly 70s inland areas. This does show the Dalles hitting 80 at 5 o'clock. And I do believe Portland, Salem, Albany, and Eugene will all hit 80 for a high. This shows 79 at 5 o'clock. And here are those numbers on the 7-day. Beautiful day today, 82. Enjoy it, take advantage. Tomorrow getting a little bit more uncomfortable, 93. There's the KGW weather impact alert for the 95, 97 on Friday and Saturday, 88 Sunday. Still watching a shower chance on Labor Day that's in the iffy department right now with a high of 81, and that is your forecast.